This is a quesadilla that you're going to want to make over and over again. Hello, I'm Chef Don McMillan, and welcome to Simple and Delicious Recipes. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this tortilla shell? I just made this, and by the way, I'll put the recipe down below where you can check that out. But I just made this tortilla, and I'm thinking, what about a quesadilla? Look, I've got cheese. I've got some chilies. I got pepper. Look at these beans, black beans, red onions, cilantro. I'm missing one thing, is beef. That's right. Where's the beef? I know. How about if we just cook some beef barbacoa, and that will make the perfect beef quesadilla. Check this out. Here's how I'm going to do it. Oh man, if you love Mexican food, you know about barbacoa. Now we're going to use beef today, so this is going to be so good. We got the chuck roast right here, and I've got it cut up. We're going to talk about it in just a minute because we got so many wonderful ingredients, and we want to put it all together, and this is going to be the best slow-cooked barbecue you've ever put in your mouth. Here's how we do it. Well, what I did with my chuck roast, I cut it up. Simple ingredients to season: salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. It's so simple, right? You've got this in every kitchen, salt and pepper. Just going to go ahead and sprinkle that over there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and brown our meat up. So, got my fire going. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of oil down there. We are going to make our sauce with all these other ingredients, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But first of all, we just want to get our meat browned, and then we're going to go from there to adding the seasoning sauce, and just let this cook so slow and so delicious. So let me just go ahead and brown up our beautiful beef right here. And this barbacoa recipe can actually you can use lamb if you wish. Okay, so if that would be your choice. And also, by browning it off, the proteins are sticking to the bottom of the pan here, and as they're sticking, we're going to add in our liquid to it. It's going to actually bring in even more flavor. Is going to come into the sauce. And as you already know, everything we do is about flavor. It has to taste good and bring back the memory of good tasting food. So now that we browned off our beef, the next thing I want to do is make this sauce, and we have great ingredients to go into this sauce. Lots of flavor to kick in and add in, and believe me, you know, you're going to want to make this. Check out the recipe below just in case. You don't want to miss anything. Garlic is in our blender. Chipotles. Now this comes in a can. You get the small can. Sometimes they're chopped, sometimes they're whole. We're using the whole can anyway, okay? Now, chipotles are smoked jalapenos, and it comes in an adobo sauce. We want all of it in there. And now I'm going to add a little bit of my beef stock. Just put a little bit in there, and we're going to chop up our garlic into the sauce. Here we go. So now that that's done, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Cloves, ground cloves, cumin, oregano, some more stock. So what I'm going to do is the rest of this sauce that's in that bowl, that adobo sauce, let's get that in there. Good. Here we go. Okay, now we have our sauce that we're going to cook the beef in. Let's go ahead and put the sauce in with the meat that's been browned up. Okay, we're going to finish the process, but I just wanted to show you what's inside this pot. Look, see those liquids that's coming out of it? See those little bits and pieces that's sticking to the bottom? That is going to give us more flavor. Okay, so now our brown beef is there. Here is the elixir that we're going to place right into it. Just go ahead and cover all of that. Yes, man, does that look so good. I have here some bay leaves. We got a little bay leaf tree out back. So we're gonna go ahead and stick those bay leaves in there. Bring this up to a slight boil. Turn it down to a simmer. We're gonna cover and we're gonna let it cook. This is gonna take about 3 hours, okay? Don't worry about it. You got time. Just put it on the back burner and let it on the lowest cook. Maybe on a number 1. I've had a little gas here, so I'm gonna be sure it just barely touches the bottom of the pot. And we're just gonna let it cook and cook. Inhale it, and before you know it, here it is. The wait is over. The meat is literally falling apart. We're gonna help it by chopping it a little bit, but let me just go ahead and put it on the board. Let me just show you what it's like, okay? Look. Rough chop. You don't have to worry too much with going against the grain because it's doing it right here. Look, just chopping it up. See how easy it is? It's literally falling apart, which is what we want. Wow, this is too good. I'm can't wait. I gotta take a little piece. Sorry. No, I'm not really sorry. Wow, loaded with flavor. You're gonna love this recipe. We did it. We made the best beef barbacoa. Told you at the beginning that I needed the beef, and what better beef to use in a beef quesadilla but barbacoa. Oh man, this is so good. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna hook this up and we're gonna make the perfect beef quesadilla. Okay, I said earlier we have some black beans, so let's put some black beans in our pot, right? Put them in there. Okay, and get a little heat on going over here. I've got some chilies. Now these are mild chilies, okay? If you like it hot, and some do like it hot, we know that, right? Let's go ahead and place some in there as well. But they are flavorful, and that's what we're looking for, flavor. Everything we do is about the flavor, right? Okay, how about some red onions? Put some red onions in there. Give a nice little bite, okay? And now, the beef. Here's the beef. The beef barbacoa. Flavorful, loaded with flavor in every bite. This is going to make our quesadilla perfect. Okay, I'm just going to heat this up. It's going to take me a couple of minutes. The beef is already cooked. The beans are as well. I just want to marry all these flavors together before I start putting them into the quesadilla. All right, look at that, sizzling, ready to go. I don't have to cook it a whole lot, but let me just set it right here on the counter because I want to use this pan right here. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil in there. And I'm going to soften up my tortilla just a little bit because we're going to want to put all these great ingredients in there. So here's the tortilla shell. And as I said earlier, I'll put the link below where you can go on and make your own tortilla shells at home. All right, let me flip it. Get it soft. Quesadilla. Queso, cheese. We start with cheese. We're doing it on half of the tortilla shell. And then we have our, look, our mixture. Let's get that right in there. Right in there. Okay, good. Don't overfill it too much. You can always come back and get some more, right? Cilantro. More cheese. We said queso, and there's the queso. Let's go ahead and flip it. I'll push down just a little bit, okay? And we're gonna cook it on one side and we're gonna flip it and cook it on the other, and then we're gonna do what I'm always told is the best thing about cooking, eating. Yes, there it is. Gonna let it brown up on the other side, and then it's Quesadilla time. Well, what do you think? Is that a quesadilla? I think it's the perfect quesadilla because we put our beef barbacoa in there. But we have to cut it just to show you. And I usually cut it like that, and like that, and like that. So now, look at this. The cheese is just melting out. If you want, you can put a little more cheese on top if you care to. You'll never have enough cheese. But look, this is a quesadilla that you're going to want to make over and over again. I've got the recipe below. Put your comments down there as well. Maybe you like to make some quesadillas, beef or not. Let me know. I respond to every comment. Also, hit that like button, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. And then when you do that, please ask your family and friends to subscribe. Share the information, share the goodness with them. And if you can afford it, we'd love to have you support us on Patreon. Your support means so much to us. We're going to even let you see these videos before anybody else does and give you a lot more information. It's just a wonderful thing. And as always, speaking of wonderful things, when you're cooking with Chef Don McMillan, it's absolutely simple and delicious.